What's up guys, Dylan here. Going to bring you an underused tier battle with my mono-type poison team that I just made. Yesterday actually. The smoking server keeps crashing today and that's not good and I don't like it. Yeah, so I'm gonna lead with Nidoqueen, because it should be able to do some heavy damage to most of his team, and tank at least one hit. He goes ahead and leads with Swampert. Who I was kind of hoping he didn't lead with. I was hoping he would go with Darmanitan, Roserade, Zapdos. One of these would have been much better options for me. Anyways, I don't really want to take Surfer, Scald, or whatever this Waterfall. Swamperts are physical. So I'm gonna go ahead into Wheezing. And he just sets up rocks. I'm gonna go for a Willow on this thing, because, like I said, Swamperts are physical, and burning it would be a very nice thing to do. Yeah, so hopefully the Smogon server doesn't crash during this battle. It happened to me once earlier while I was in the middle of recording, and it was quite sad. And he goes into Roserade instead, which is a pretty good move on his part, because it has natural cure and blah blah blah. I could see him probably trying to put me to sleep, and he does. So what do I do now? I go ahead into something else. What do I want to go into to deal with a Roserade? Could go into my own Roserade, or I could go into Muck. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Muck out of those options. I also could have gone into Crobat, but he goes into Zapdos. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a curse, because if you can get a couple curses up on a Muck, it is a very, very dangerous thing. I've swept a couple teams with cursed Muck, and I'm not going to this time because his Earthquakes are doing far too much damage. Actually, after another defense boost, will I be able to live another Earthquake? If I do, it'll be extremely close, and I don't like that. I'm gonna go ahead and risk it and go for the Gunk Shot. And, you know, whatever happens, happens. I do live, and it is 2%. And I'll go for a Shadow Sneak here just to do a little bit more damage. Before losing Muck, because it's at such a low health now that it's not even worth it. I probably should have saved it instead of trying for the Gunk Shot. Like, I don't know. That was a poor decision. Overall, that was a bad decision to make on my part. I don't really know why I made it. I can probably go ahead and switch out into Crobat, actually, because he's most likely going to re-Earthquake, and Crobat will avoid that Earthquake and be totally fine with it. And then I can keep Muck as death fodder for later, which will be a nice thing to have. Death fodder's always useful somehow. He's taking. Did the server DC again? No, it did not. You know what? I'm just continually changing my mind here, and I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Sneak instead. I'm just gonna stick with my first choice. I don't know what's going on right now. That maybe this guy got DC'd or something. Because he's taking a really long time. I don't like it. Meh. I'm whining, 'cause I'm whiny. Yeah, so let's look at this team real quick when we have the opportunity here. It is, you know, this Drapion is the same Drapion that I used for the Mono Dark team. I didn't make a single change to it. It worked well then, and it's working well for me now. The only hazards that I have are Toxic Spikes, because despite this being a poison team, none of them actually have Toxic. Is that weird? I don't know. I think it's fine. Nidoqueen is a beast. it's a lot like Nidoking, except it can take a hit much easier. Um, almost anything in UU unboosted, it can take a hit from at least one, and usually either do a ton of damage or just KO back. And it's a really nice luxury to have to just immediately KO something when your opponent's underestimating. Because I feel like a lot of people underestimate Nidoqueen because it is a very potent Pokemon, and a lot of people just leave things in that they shouldn't. Like Darmanitan gets a hit absorbed and then KO'd with Earth Power, and it's pretty sweet if I get like a blind switch into Nidoqueen, or if we both lead Darmanitan Nidoqueen. So I end up leading with Nidoqueen quite a lot because a lot of people see, you know, like Roserade and Drapion and they Weezing even, and they think, okay, I'll have a chance to lead with an attacking Pokemon and set up and just sweep because this is, a monotype team, and a lot of people seem to think that, and I was just checking to see if it was DC'd. I'm assuming this guy is, I'm just gonna sit here and continue rambling, I guess. Yeah, so a lot of people end up leading with an attacking Pokemon, and I can lead with Nidoqueen, and it can tank a super effective hit from a lot of things. I learned that, Specs, Hydro Pump from Kingdra, one-hit KOs every time, but outside something that powerful is hard to one-hit KO Nidoqueen because she is a beast and she can take hits like it's nothing. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty much just staying here now and talking, waiting for this guy to time out because I assume he's DC'd. Honestly, that there's nothing else. I'm just gonna keep rambling because I don't feel like restarting again, and the whole server isn't DC'd, and that's good. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay in here and go ahead, wait for him to DC, and then let's see if there's a UU tournament or anything. I thought that somebody said that they were starting a tournament in here soon. Okay, yeah, he finally timed out, and that is all. Yeah, so that was just me rambling for 5 minutes. Again, that's not the first time that that's happened. Surprise. I kind of wish that they were running a tournament right now so that I could do that. Let's find another battle and cross our fingers. That it doesn't end up with somebody else getting DC'd again, because the server keeps crashing over and over and over again. Blah 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 blah. And here we go. Okay. So he's actually got a Nidoqueen himself. Yeah, let's see. What do I want to lead with? Because he could lead with Gliscor, or Gligar, Gliscor. Like this is OU. He could lead with Flygon and just U-turn on out. He could lead with Registeel, and he could lead with Yanmega there and get the speed boosts. So who am I gonna go with? I think I might just end up going with Drapion, actually. You know what? Yeah, let's go with Drapion. And he does end up just leading with Gligar. I don't want to set up Toxic Spikes yet because he still has the Nidoqueen, and Registeel, a third of his team does not care about them. So I'm going to Swords Dance up. We'll see what he does with his Gligar. He goes for the taunt straight off. So I'm going to get out of here, go into Crobat, who will be able to take him down to half health like it's nothing with Super Fang, which is a sweet move. And I could not find a Poison Rapid Spinner. The only two poison types that learn Rapid Spin are Tentacruel and Tentacool, and I'm not using Tentacool, and I can't use Tentacruel. So, yeah, my Super Fang misses here. I'm going to re-Super Fang, and just get rid of half of his health. He goes for the Seismic Toss. Not bothering me too much because I have the Roost. Excuse me. So, I'm going to go on out into Muck here. See if I can get a Cursor 2 up, and then Fire Punch this sucker, and do some heavy damage to it. Wow, my throat keeps getting clogged like I'm sick or something. This is stupid. I hate it. Unnecessarily long videos just because I have the ability to upload over 15 minutes now, so I just abuse it because why the heck not? Just make all of my videos 3 hours long. I mean, that seems like a terrible idea, actually. I probably won't do that. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to curse up here. Could you imagine just a 3-hour marathon of Pokemon? Holy crap, crap, crap. And Fire Punch! Rah! Because I can't take another one. And he actually takes that extremely well. I was really hoping that he wouldn't take it that well. That is tears. Many, many tears. I go into Nidoqueen here. Go for an Earth Power. Do some damage to this thing. And I actually take it down. So we'll see what he sends in to deal with my Nidoqueen. Maybe his own Nidoqueen. He goes into Melodic, actually, which is quite threatening between Ice Beam, Scald, Surf, all of these things that it can have. And my Nidoqueen at this range actually may be able to take a hit. I'm just going to drill him with, what, Sludge Wave? Yeah, we'll just drill him with a Sludge Wave, and I can take a Scald. And I get a crit on the Sludge Wave, which is nice. He gets the burn, which takes me down. I will go into Roserade, most likely scare out this Melodic, and he will go into Whom? Registeel, probably. Whoever Leaf Storm is my best option right now. And Leaf Storm misses, and he recovers, so that is quite unfortunate, actually. Next Leaf Storm takes him down, though, so that ended up just being kind of a washout of a turn, because I KO'd the next time. But I did lose a Leaf Storm, which is sad, because I only have 8 of them. And he goes into Yanmega, and I am going to go ahead and sack Muck, as he U-turns out. And we'll see what he goes into. Yeah, I got the Switch Initiative here, which is a nice thing to have. He goes into his own Nidoqueen, who I'm going to deal with. How? Roserade is an option. Crobat I could also do, but it wouldn't be as good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with Roserade and try to hit it with a Leaf Storm. Hopefully it'll do a ton of damage. Probably won't KO. Or I'll miss and it won't matter. This is a physical Nidoqueen, actually. Interesting. So I'll go into Weezing and burn it, since it is physical. And I'll try to hit it with a Will-O-Wisp. Hopefully I can. The Leaf Storm there. Yeah. Yeah. Mono Poison. Mono Poison. And I do hit it with a Will-O-Wisp, which is nice because it did hardly anything anyway. I'm just going to go for a Flamethrower. It doesn't do much, and his Aqua Tail does even less. Low enough that it's just getting healed off by the leftovers. Yeah, yes, Mono Poison. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What are you asking? And he's just gonna keep trying to Ice Punch me. I assume he's hoping for the freeze. Let's go ahead and Flamethrower one last time, and he still does not get the freeze. Thankfully, because that would have sucked. Because freezing sucks. Freezing's a very unfortunate thing to have happen to you. And I'm gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp here on Gligar also, because if it attacks it is also physical, and continue to Flamethrower down his wall. And that's probably going to take quite a while, actually. His EQ does not affect my Weezing because I have Levitate, and his Aqua Tail does a very, very minimal amount, and I don't want to waste another flamethrower just in case I need them all, so I will clear Smog instead. And he goes into Flygon. Hopefully I can hit this thing with a Will-O-Wisp and he doesn't just KO, because I am physically defensive, and his Stone Edge misses beautifully enough for me, because now it's doing even more nothing than it would have already done. And he has a leftovers actually, which is interesting. Bulky Flygon, not something that you see very often, though it is definitely viable. Um, if you just look at his stats, it's definitely something that could be done. So this is just going to take a while. He gets the defense drop. I don't like that. I'm gonna go ahead, get out of here, go into Crobat, just because I don't want to have the defense drop on me. I'm gonna roost on up here because he's not threatening me too much. Crobat is also semi-bulky, and he misses another Stone Edge, which actually sucks quite a bit for him. I'm gonna go back into Weezing, and go for one last flamethrower to take down this Flygon. He's going to go into his last Pokemon, Yanmega. I'm going to go ahead, go for another flamethrower, do some heavy damage. He's most likely going to KO me with this next Air Slash, though, but I should be able to still take it down. Between these two, I will go ahead into who first? Because he's outspeeding all of them at this point, so wasting time doesn't matter so much. I'll go into Crobat and go for a Brave Bird. He roosts up, go for the Brave Bird, does some heavy damage. He might be able to KO me with this next one, so I'm just going to Brave Bird again. But he doesn't go for an attack. He tries to re-roost. I hit the Brave Bird, KO him. Good game, Sivad. And yeah, so that is my mono poison team, and an entirely overly long video of me just chit-chatting for 5 minutes again because somebody DC'd again, and I'm lazy and didn't feel like restarting or editing around it again. So yeah, thank you for watching. Keep coming back. I'll keep putting up more. Have a nice day.